Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Got back just in time. Congratulations to both of our nominees. I asked the following two initial questions of every nominee who comes before any of the committees on which I sit. So I will ask you, both of you, these questions. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
Thank you, Senator. I have not.
No.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No.
No.
Mr. Garcia, I know that you've done a lot of pro bono work, but maybe half of your professional work has involved corporate clients. Can you tell us about some of the more interesting cases that you've had in support of your corporate clients?
Certainly, and thank you, Senator. I think it's probably closer to 3/4 of my work was for paying clients at the law firm, and that work was very wide-ranging. I would say I have litigated administrative law cases in the D.C. Circuit. I've litigated cases about class actions in the Supreme Court, and really a range of cases. As an appellate litigator, in fact, I was essentially a generalist and would learn to get up to speed in new areas frequently and absorb detailed records.
Class action cases are very complicated. You noted that you had a class action case before the U.S. Supreme Court. Can you just briefly tell us what the issue was or who was involved in that class action case?
Senator, that involved an issue of tolling of statutes of limitations, and it was a sort of unresolved question in the courts about when certain suits could be filed.
That's pretty important. I remember things like statute of limitations, et cetera. So in terms of all of the pro bono work that you've done, are there particular areas of the law that were really important to you to get your point across, or that of your pro bono clients?
Thank you, Senator. It was always an honor to have the opportunity to represent all of my clients, but particularly pro bono clients, because you not only have the opportunity to give voice to their claims, but you're really helping the court also by presenting their claims well. One case that really has stuck out for me is I spent many years litigating on behalf of 4 Muslim federal inmates bringing a religious exercise claim, and our firm was very gratified that we secured them the relief they sought in that case.
I think that there may be some who consider you young, although you've already clerked in the Supreme Court, have you not?
That's correct, Senator.
As well as in the appellate court. In fact, one of your judges was a Bush nominee.
That's correct, Judge Thomas Griffith.
You have a wide range of support from across the political spectrum. And the Bush nominee judge said what about your abilities?
I believe Judge Griffith has said nice things. And I know he submitted a letter in my support. And I think his example, really, and starting with working for him, I think my full record is one of working with clients and attorneys productively, regardless of partisan affiliation, and really respectfully engaging and listening carefully to everybody I work with is something I've tried to do throughout my career.
And to be fair, so as an observation, I believe you have more litigation and legal experience than 2 of the current serving members of the D.C. Circuit. For Judge Douglas, I think you've written or spoken about the importance of diversity in our courts. Can you express why that is an important element for you?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. I have remarked in the past that it was seeing people in positions who look like me that helped to make my own dreams as a kid feel more tangible. It is my hope that if I am so fortunate as to be elevated to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, that it will serve as some motivation for anyone who was looking upon and looking to learn from the process. I do understand that the best way to be a role model in a position like this is to make sure that we diligently follow the judicial canons and that we look upon every case, coming into every case to make sure that we are working diligently, impartially, and fairly.
You have an impressive record, and I agree with you that representation is very important, just as having Justice Ketanji Jackson on the Supreme Court is very critical. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Hirono. Senator Lee.